as a Jesuit. After serving as novice master at Villa Barilari in San Miguel, professor in the Faculty of Theology, consultant of the Argentine.
Humorous, serious, and the many moments of the life of Pope Francis, who died at the age of 88. Returned in 1963 to Argentina, where he graduated in philosophy at the St. Joseph College in San Miguel. He was a
Tui mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Santa Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Santa
pneumonia. And back in the Vatican, he spent his final weeks at Casa Santa Marta, dedicating himself to the end with the same passion to his patron ministry. Though not fully recovered, we saw him on Easter Sunday, on April 20th, 2025. For one last time, he appeared on the loggia of St. Peter's Basilica to impart the solemn Urbi et Orbi blessing. And then he drove.
Preach the gospel, which was his focus. And now we see, and still in the silence of a quiet St. Peter's Basilica and St. Peter's Square, the coffin of Pope Francis has been raised upon the shoulders of the pallbearers.
Particularly important to Pope Francis, the procession towards the St. Peter's Square. To express their affection, veneration, and esteem for our late Holy Father.
And they're countries that are so far off the grid, we barely even hear of them. And another gesture that was one of his final gestures was he visited the prison. He went to Regina Coeli, I believe, which is a prison in the Trastevere area of Rome, not too far from the Vatican. And it's a symbolic gesture that he does every year at Easter. And of course, with him having been unwell, we weren't sure whether he would have done, and the fact that he did meant so much to prisoners worldwide, but all marginalized people. And I think the Pope himself said, it could have been me. It could have been anyone in your position, and that awareness that he had and that he transmitted to the people who were suffering the most, I think, is one of the greatest legacies that he could be leaving behind.
And it's really fitting that the people who will welcome him and say their goodbye at St. Mary Major